Energy Coach back here with another energy report on a frequency level. We're gonna be talking about what's happening with the planet. With the shift. Primarily, like this says, the pole shift. Shout out to Wanda Dash BC. I think she got this some suspicious observers. So I thought this was pretty interesting. Let's watch it. It's a pretty long video, so I'm gonna give my opinion on it in between while we're watching it. But let's go check it out. Hey, wait, hang on. Make sure it is playing. Gotta make sure. Is it playing? Oh, duh.
Several years into Clown World, I'd be shocked the media isn't discussing.
Let's start all over again. My bad, y'all.
Break down the future. Folks, it's not stopping. The auroral displays are completely out of control, and if we weren't several years into Clown World, I'd be shocked the media isn't discussing it.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so it's basically talking about how everything is going from the what's happening with the shift and what's happening with the magnetic frequency or with the magnetic shift.
The 2003 Halloween solar superstorm produced low-latitude aurora down to the southernmost states. This has happened before, but not often, and it takes major X-class solar flares, extreme speed CME plasma striking Earth, and top-level geomagnetic storms. I went ahead and looked up the times that aurora were seen in the southernmost states, and here is a brief list going back to the Carrington event of 1859. The top lines are ones that happened in the same solar cycle. They certainly seem to be getting more common as time goes on, even as light pollution makes them harder and harder to see. This fact alone is a signal that Earth's aurora are getting more extreme, and with the fact that solar activity is not breaking any records, it confronts normalcy bias and reminds us this is exactly what we are expecting as Earth's magnetic field weakens in the ongoing excursion and magnetic pole shift. From 2018 to 2020, we said over and over, we'll be needing to closely monitor the aurora in the upcoming solar cycle to see if the trend continues. It certainly has. Just this year, we've had several events. In September, a solar storm which was not major, which was not triggered by an extreme speed shock wave, and which had no X-class solar flare, caused the auroral activity to be visible from Arizona. The same thing happened in August. Once again, no X-class flare, the solar wind was moderately strong at best, and the geomagnetic storm didn't even hit KP7, but aurora were visible in Arizona nonetheless. The storm in April was fairly strong, but still not at the top-level disruption, still no mega CME or X-class flares, and yet the aurora were visible in Mexico and southern Texas. It happened in March as well. Again, from a solar event that was only moderately strong, but which produced a fairly strong geomagnetic storm, still not top level, yet aurora were visible from New Mexico, and a few reports even came in from Florida. Folks, there has never been any year where far southern aurora were seen as many times as we've just had. This is a record, and the year's not over yet. What's worse is that the geomagnetic storms have not hit the top-level disruption, and the solar activity that triggered them was moderately strong at best. We've said it before, let's say it again. The Earth is becoming more and more vulnerable to solar activity. I would never deny the significance of the ongoing economic issues, potential for World War III, loss of freedom due to governments in the World Economic Forum pulling their Agenda 2030 nonsense. But folks, despite the evidence being right in our faces, the media is completely ignoring what is happening to the Earth. The magnetic pole shift and geomagnetic excursion are progressing, and in the coming years, we're going to lose all modern technology and the foundations of modern civilization. It doesn't get much worse than this, especially since other real global issues seem to be overshadowing it completely in the public forum.
Okay, so the reason why this is important is because as above, so below, as within, so without. What's happening with the Earth is also happening to us, and it's happening to ourselves. The electromagnetic field is being weakened around the planet, if not already gone, just like the ones that's in our cell. There's Kali does some good talking about how the nucleus is, or the neutron is being stripped away, and it's only going to be electrons and protons. So let's keep listening and hear what he's talking about.
We've seen this evidence in the magnetic field itself, the polar motion, the ionosphere, and the atmosphere. Alas, now an auroral record has fallen. The sun isn't doing anything crazy, so it once again shows us another sign that Earth's geospheres are in big trouble, and us along with them. I'll see you in the morning for the Daily Show. Be safe, everyone. Folks, just 5 days after that video was posted, it happened again. Of all the evidence we've seen so far, the auroral records being obliterated in a modest solar activity year was really something else. So needless to say, with the auroral records breaking, the unexpectedly strong solar storms, the observers knew that the magnetic pole shift we've been tracking closely for more than a decade had kicked into a higher gear. Then our friend, Sergei Simonenko, one of the best Earth scientists in Russia, came out and said what so many top scientists are saying behind closed doors. Not only are we entering the pole shift, the magnetic reversal, the reset of the disaster cycle in the next age of Earth, but we had a tremendous magnetic anomaly resulting in the acceleration in March of 2023. This perfectly explains why things are accelerating at an alarming rate now, and why the unexpected has become the expected. In our book that came out late last year, we expected something like that paper to come out. Our key graph from the magnetic field loss had estimated that 2023 was our inflection point, where the gradual curve took a steeper bend and we began the long drop down to the catastrophe. With Sergei's new paper, we now know that it was the magnetic anomaly and acceleration that drove the auroral records and unexpectedly high KP index of solar storms. We had accelerations in the 1960s, the year 2000, 2006, 2015, 2018, 2020, and then this big one in 2023. It means we are likely only one or two major accelerations away from hitting criticality, where the field loss and pole shift go to the 100x rate of change. We'll only have months left when that occurs. Of course, what happened just a few days ago was a sign that all our assumptions, and then that published conclusion, are not wrong. A level 1 expectation was a weaker impact than expected, but proceeded to produce level 3 storm conditions and level 5 solar energy penetration into the atmosphere. There are critical resource links for you to learn more in the description box below the video. Subscribe, and I will see you in the morning for the daily update. Be safe, everyone. Okay, we're back to today. This morning, we saw yet another indication that the acceleration in the magnetic pole shift caused unprecedented effects. We often discuss the CME compression of the magnetic field and the penetrating particles and how those are going to be amplified in this process, increasing ionospheric conductivity and space weather storms. That appears to be what happened in a major way in the April 2023 solar storm. That would be what you see here in the animation we often use in these contexts. More particle penetration down into the upper atmosphere. Moreover, this was unlike most auroral outbreaks, as it was confined, indicating that the plasma found a crack, a weak spot in the field, driving the unusually strong and short-lived event. At the end of the day, it's always a big deal when they think we're seeing something brand new in space weather, which points to the weakening magnetic field. But when we remember that this wasn't exactly a major X-class solar flare, it was modest space weather only, it is again a double whammy. Lesser space weather causing not only greater effects, but causing novel impacts to the geodynamic system. Folks, this is the first time I'm saying this, but due to the wild space weather of 2023 continuing into this year and the recent confirmation of that acceleration in 2023, I really have no choice but to slightly modify the forecast timeline. I have been saying that the final magnetic flip aspect would be in the 2040s, and I've had pretty high confidence. But now we have to begin to recognize the chance for it to be sooner. Now, make no mistake, if we don't get any more of those major accelerations, it will be in the 2040s. But something like what happened.
Okay, so the reason why that's important, and I'm pausing there, is because it's a possibility it is going to be accelerating. Everything that's been happening in the last couple of years is like it's accelerated every year, every other month. It's getting faster and faster and faster because that's what happens as the frequency is vibrating faster and faster and faster. So it's not really a coincidence that these things are happening. So, yeah.
Timeline. This is not the time to fall asleep or falter. It's time to dig deep and get prepping now, especially since things will be getting rough before the final moments of the flip. I will see you in the morning for the daily show. Be safe, everyone. Break down the future.
Okay, so
Folks,
yeah, I thought
it's
that was
not
pretty
stopping.
interesting.
The auroral
Wait,
displays are
let me go back.
completely out of control, and if we weren't several years into clown...
I was trying to get someone off my headphones because it just keeps doing that. You know how these Apple products are. But it's another video that I wanted to play that goes with that.
So the Nairobi River in Kenya has broken its banks, y'all. Look at this, and this is the result of it. Do you guys see this?
So all of these things go together. They're all connected. Even if it doesn't look like it is, it's all connected. So pay attention.
All the houses are submerged.
Oh no. Oh my lord.
Bro, do y'all see that? Oh my god, that house was tilted, y'all. It was upside down tilted. There's people all on the roof. Look at that, y'all. Oh my goodness. Look at that, y'all. All the houses are just flooded, man. The whole riverbank is just collapsed, man. What is going on in the world? And also the Nairobi capital is closed indefinitely too, y'all. Look at this, man. The whole riverbank collapsed. Look at all these people out there, y'all. The world is changing, y'all, right before our eyes. Look at this. Wow. That's a...
Oh my god, he's going in the water. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get out!
Get out of there.
Get out! Get out!
Man, shout out to Kali. He be having some good stuff. Go check out his page, Kali Amun Ra. He on YouTube too. But yeah, he definitely be having some good stuff. So yeah, I was just playing this to show you guys, like the other video was saying, what's happening in the sky and what's happening in the cosmos is affecting what's out on the planet. The weather is going to continue to get crazier because, again, the electric and magnetic field is being affected by what's happening with the sun. So, yeah. Go ahead, give me some comments. Let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, and just give me your opinion. I'll catch y'all on the next one.